Oh, I dropped it. You're pirates.
Meyrem Almaci, thank you very much for coming.
Yeah,
Leader
very
of the
well.
Green Party, honored to have you here. Sustainability is so important to what we're doing.
Yes, it's key. If you want to survive as a business and you want to have a future, you have to be getting into sustainability today. The single most important issue today for businesses, but for all of society, because if we can't tackle climate change, not only will economies implode, but also our quality of life will disappear. For me, economy and ecology are two sides of the same coin. Because we are in Antwerp with one of the biggest harbors in the world, where goods come in from everywhere in the world and go out towards everywhere in the world. And the most important thing is that we should work together over all those boundaries, because pollution doesn't stop at the border of a city, doesn't stop at the border of a country, doesn't stop in our harbor. So we have to think about the goods that are being produced in China, the pollution that is being produced there, that is the consequence of us using stuff here. So if we want to change the economy, we have to look at the whole system and not think linear as we are doing right now. Take, make, waste is not a good model. And innovation and technology at this very moment are slowing down climate change, but we could do much better than that. Mm-hmm. They can revolutionize our economies.
So how does entrepreneurs and government work together?
Usually entrepreneurs look at governments as those who make the rules and make our lives hard. It shouldn't be like that. For me, it really is coming together and thinking, how can we do it better together? So as a city, as Antwerp, when we think about the future of our harbor, we should really have the vision and the leadership to come together and think about, okay, if we want to be prepared for the future, and we have a very big chemical cluster, how can we shift towards greening this chemical cluster if we want it to stay here? So how can we have these kinds of partnerships? And the regulations, we need them to push out the bad things and endorse the good things. So anyone who is making this shift and internalizing all the costs that we put on the planet, people and society, should be rewarded for that. But today it's quite the opposite. Mm-hmm. So these are things we can think about together, not just a government or policymakers saying, well, we have decided this and you should do that. But today we even see a lot of businesses doing things, whereas politics is lagging behind. Mm-hmm. Within a lot of businesses, you have new, young, creative people starting up new businesses, new companies saying, we want to do it differently, radically transparent, radically democratic. We have a young man here, Tom Duhoux, who has designed the very first totally zero neutral jeans, also very socially just and very good for the environment, produced in Europe with a small distance. So these kinds of things we have to endorse. At the same time, we see traditional businesses changing the way our furnitures are made and the way we move ourselves. Why not dream about a tunnel here in Antwerp from the right side of the Schelde, the border, to the other side where the other part of the harbor is under the ground, a big tunnel, so that we can move our goods, containers from one way to another through a tunnel and not by road. Mm-hmm. So these kinds of things are really, really important, and we should be at the forefront of it.
Mm-hmm. Even with CSR standards today, I mean, a lot of the most progressive companies are way ahead of what is minimally required from the government.
Yes.
I do feel entrepreneurs maybe are a step ahead than policy.
Yes, because it's about their future. This is something I tell them as a Green Party leader, mm-hmm. saying that you should be right in the middle of this thing because it's disrupting whole our society and also economy, just like the digitalization. Not just that, but think about how can we make this an opportunity, because there are a lot of threats, but there are also a lot of business opportunities. There are a lot of jobs that can be created if you are smart and on time means now.
Mm-hmm. Meyrem Almaci, leader of the Green Party, playing some Lego with us and
yes.
joining us for a parlay. Honor having you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The honor is all mine. It's just like home. I have two boys of 8 and 11, so we play it a lot.